So why exactly should you fly KLM? I'm sure you can think of a few reasons. Is it the comfortable cabin? Perhaps it's KLM's large route network of exciting places it can take you. Or maybe it's the delicious food. I don't think it's any of these. Let's find out the real reason you should be flying KLM. Welcome to the Santiago airport. Today we are doing a short little hop over to Buenos Aires on a KLM 787-9. Let's get it. Today we start our journey in Santiago, Chile's Arturo Merino Benitez International Airport. SCL is Chile's biggest airport. It was founded in 1967 and renamed in 1980 to the current name it has today to honor Arturo Merino Benitez, who was a key figure in Chilean aviation and the founder of the Chilean Air Force. SCL serves as a major hub for people wanting to travel to the Patagonia region or other destination spots like Easter Island. By the way, fun fact about Easter Island, NASA in the United States funded a project for the airport there to lengthen the runway so that it could be used as a potential emergency landing spot for space shuttles that were conducting polar orbit flights. Once we made our way through the Sky Priority check-in line, thanks to our business class ticket on KLM, who is a SkyTeam partner, it was time to head through security. Once we made it through there, we were thrust into the duty-free store, which always feels to me like the gift shop you're forced to go through after visiting a museum in the hopes that you'll buy something. Okay, after about an hour, we are finally through immigration and security. Let's see if we can find the lounge. A business class ticket on KLM gets you access to the SkyTeam lounge here in SCL, and it wasn't half bad of a lounge. While it was small, they made excellent use of the seating, and it wasn't very busy. I tend to think it's a pretty good mindset to not expect too much out of a lounge, because really just the fact that you're out of the craziness of the airport is such a benefit on its own that it doesn't really matter much how it is on the inside. And if you'd like to ponder this and other life problems, you can sit right here in this handy therapist chair. Worst places you could be before a flight. Here in the SkyTeam lounge in the Santiago airport, it is actually really nice, really comfortable and cozy space. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I haven't had breakfast yet, and I am starving. So let's go do that. The food selection here isn't gonna win any Michelin awards anytime soon, but for the low price of free, it was looking pretty good to me. There were even QR codes at each table that you could use to get made to order food, although there were only 2 items to choose from. I settled on the scrambled eggs and a croissant, plus some meats and cheese, and then chilled out and watched the planes come and go for a bit. Before long, it was time to peel myself off of the couch and make my way to the gate, which was conveniently located about a 3-minute walk from the lounge. Sitting there in all her glory was the KLM Boeing 787-9 that would take us for the short 2-hour hop over to Buenos Aires in Argentina. This particular plane was only 8 years old, and I was very proud of it for learning how to fly so early in its life. KLM also nicknames their planes, and this one was named Mimosa. Don't know why. KLM's Dreamliners are set up with 1 seat facing the windows on each side and then 2 seats in the middle that are angled toward each other. While I wouldn't necessarily say the seats are anything special by themselves, I just think the powder blue and black color combo that KLM uses looks really nice. While reports differ, people seem to agree that the choice in color is due in part to its Dutch heritage and the color of the Dutch flag, although I'd quibble with that a bit and say that the blue in the Dutch flag is quite a bit different than this blue. The other reason people give is that it's due in part to the color of the sky, which makes more sense to me. I also didn't know this until very recently, but KLM, which was founded in 1919, is actually the world's oldest airline that still operates under its original name. Keeping with the powder blue theme, we were offered a fun blue non-alcoholic cocktail and a refreshing towel before takeoff. Before long, we were pushing back and getting ready to make our way over to Buenos Aires. To get over the mountains in the distance, we had to gain altitude rather quickly, which led to some really beautiful images. How gorgeous were those mountains, huh? Now that we are safely on top of them, I decided to play around with the in-flight entertainment and see what it had to offer. I didn't really plan on watching any movies on such a short flight, especially considering the scenery outside my window, but for those of you who may be considering a longer flight with KLM, it looked to me like there was plenty to watch. If you somehow lost a bet with your friends and are forced to do this flight with no entertainment, then there's also a flight map with some flight stats to keep you from going insane.
Right. Welcome aboard flight KL702 from Santiago de Chile to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And before we even get started, check this out. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Let's have a look around, shall we? The footwell is large and at least very deep. It kind of gets a little coffiny there at the end, but it's good. Nice storage down here, big enough to fit an iPad Pro if you have one of those. Also got the IFE, we'll look through that a little bit later. Some extra storage in here. Your little handheld remote, always appreciated. And then one thing you gotta watch out for on these planes is the little canyon of death. You don't want to drop your phone down there. That's pretty nerve-wracking. So it sounds like we're going to have a little bit of bumps over the Andes Mountains, and then after that we should have a short meal service upon landing. So far so good. No entertainment needed when you've got the windows outside over the Andes Mountains. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
But no way was I about to let this plane land while my stomach was still empty. So while I pulled out my tray table, I demanded that it be clothed with white linen and that the stewardess provide me with a menu of their finest offerings, which I of course will share with you here in case reading is your thing. To be honest, I was pretty blown away with the presentation and taste of this food, considering that it was only a 2-hour flight. Try and get that on a US airline, I dare ya.
It's like we have just begun our final approach into Buenos Aires. It's been a really comfortable flight. Short hop, I almost wish it was longer. But wow, the food was delicious. The cabin crew, super attentive, warm, friendly, really lovely. This was a great first experience on KLM. So I look forward to flying them again in the future. Alrighty, we'll see you on the ground.
So, why should you fly KLM? What is the real reason? Was it the pleasant color scheme? Was it the in-flight entertainment system? Was it the delicious food? No, you're wrong! It's because you can get this adorable little porcelain Dutch house filled with liquor as a free souvenir. You can even collect different ones. That, my friends, is the KLM difference. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy day to spend with me. I know you have many choices of where to spend your time on YouTube, and I am glad it was here with me. Please like and subscribe to help the algorithm pump my content to other people, and please, please, please have a wonderful day. See ya!